I'd love to spend every day like this.
I think it'd be a little cold in the winter, don't you?
You're impossible.
Well, bear with me. I'm working on it.
At getting better or getting worse?
Good question. How about one more quick thing?
Sure.
Care to hear the latest?
Worse?
Afraid so. It seems someone's been inside our apartment.
Please don't say it's the person who's been bothering Lori.
Sorry.
Oh, dear Lord.
Either sometime late yesterday afternoon or last night, he got into our apartment with a stolen key, and he went through Lori's clothes.
Her clothes?
When we got up this morning, we found one of her blouses hanging on the doorknob outside the apartment.
That's crazy.
Apparently not for a sex offender.
Ben, this has got to stop.
You're getting no argument from me on that point. Lori, however...
She has to be scared to death.
Yes, she's scared, all right. But as I said, she doesn't seem willing to make the connection between quitting her job and putting an end to all this nonsense. But I am, though, tonight.
Just say it's a family matter, and I'll make for the doctor's lounge.
No, we're not that cruel that we'd want you to be subjected to that.
In fact, you can rescue us from what we've been discussing. I hope you've got some good news.
Yeah. Kingsley General is going to lose one of its patients soon.
Yeah, but there are 10 others to take his place.
Just ignore him.
Yeah, her place.
Babs?
The same.
Well, that is good news.
Well, now, would I lie to you?
When?
2 days, 3 days at the most.
Oh, things are really working out for her.
Well, I wouldn't call getting beat up and thrown out of a car as having things work out for her.
Will you stop?
Sorry.
I was referring to when she's going to be released. She's going to be staying with Ione Redwood for a while, you know.
And Miriam?
Yeah. Is he on medication or something?
Just don't try and figure him out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I would really love to be there when Charles Carpenter finds out that not only is his daughter living in a ghetto, as he puts it, but now she's being joined by a prostitute.
Whatever we do, let's make sure he's not the one to tell him.
Don't you think you're going at that a little rough? Tab?
You don't like it?
No, I don't.
It's really the best thing for you.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
I've noticed
Noticed what?
that you're pretty good at calling the shots around here.
Does that bother you? Oh. Yeah, that's better. Well, I just like to find out who's in control in a situation, and then I like to get on his good side, or her good side. Don't you think that's wise?
Maybe. I've noticed that people who think they're in charge quite often aren't really as smart as they think they are.
I'd be careful who I thought that about.
Oh, I am. Does that hurt?
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
Oh, These cases are funny. Did you notice how your toes arched when I pinched you like that?
Did they?
Yeah, they sure did. You know, I think Mr. Carpenter would be very, very pleased with your progress.
Well, I don't think we ought to say anything yet because, you know, it could just be a freak thing.
Suit yourself.
Oh, well, actually, my goodness, look at the time. It really has gone fast. You know, it seems like we just started and already it's time to stop.
I'm not finished.
But, Tab, we always only do 20 minutes.
But with your progress, I think we should continue.
Oh, but I don't think...
Nancy?
Char-
Hi.
Charles.
Well, I came home early so we'd have a little time together.
Oh, how sweet. Oh, that's great. Well, you know, you can be dismissed, Tab, because Charles is here.
Yes, why don't you take a quick break, go out and have supper or something?
Well, under normal circumstances, that wouldn't be any problem, but because of the critical part of this therapy, particularly in view of recent developments...
Recent developments? What do you mean?
Do you want to tell him or me?
Well, it's nothing, Charles. Tab's just noticed a, you know, improved muscle tone, and that's it, improved muscle tone. So I'm afraid we're just going to have to continue.
Of course, of course. Well, I'm glad for you.
Yes.
How does this feel?
Oh, that's fine.
I
Just
could do a little
fine.
harder.
No.
I'll get that. What afternoon is incomplete without uninvited guests? You know, Harold, it's beginning to make sense.
Charles, tell me something. How did you get so far without any charm whatsoever?
Because I surround myself with people on whom it would be wasted.
Obviously.
Now tell me, you must have had some reason for coming over here.
No, nothing important. Just another $100,000 investment for Hollis Jamal.
What?
Yeah, you know, our new mystery investor.
Now, come on, don't talk in riddles. What mystery investor?
You know, the one that's represented by that new woman lawyer, Greeley.
Yeah, but $100,000 right out of the blue, that's incredible. Who on earth is it?
I haven't the vaguest idea. Couldn't care less. Money's real enough, that's all that's important, isn't it?
And it certainly comes on along at an opportune time, too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it somewhere else.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, okay, I'll be right there. Well, looks like everything's under control here on the home front.
Yes.
It's going to be real interesting to see what happens next week when Charles' divorce finally becomes final. Real interesting indeed.
Well, look, I've really got to run. Oh, I almost forgot. Pick you up about 7?
Fine. Oh, and is it formal?
Oh, very. You better iron your blue jeans. Oh, sorry to run off this way.
I understand. May I?
We'll have to behave ourselves. This is a public place.
Well, that hasn't stopped us in the past.
No, it hasn't. Terry, if you'll just bear with me for a moment. I know I owe you an apology, and I've said this before, but this is different.
Well, I won't run away this time.
Thank you. My relationship with Sharon, well, it's funny how you can have a totally blind spot in your life, you know, that you keep hidden from everybody, even God. I don't know, maybe you don't have that kind of a problem.
Of course I do. We all do.
Well, you know, I didn't want to look at my relationship with Sharon the way that God did, because then I would have had to have ended it, and I didn't want to do that. I always thought that his commandment in those areas were restrictive and insensitive to human needs, but now I realize that they were designed to save us a great deal of pain along the way.
We all feel we're right in our own eyes, don't we? If we'd only trust and obey, no one would get hurt, ourselves or others.
Well, it's over. I've asked God for his forgiveness, and now I'm asking you for yours.
I forgive you.
Thank you. Phew. That wasn't easy.
No, I'm sure it wasn't.
I'm glad that's over. I thought that, well,
What?
well, I thought that maybe we might try seeing each other again. But not if you don't want to.
I'm not sure.
Well, you said you forgave me.
And I have.
Well, then, how about tonight?
Well, I'm busy tonight.
You have a date, right?
Yeah, I do.
With Alex, right?
Right again.
Well, then there's no problem. Just ask him to cancel it.
What?
Well, he'll understand. He's a great guy.
Well, I know he is. That's why I want to keep it.
Oh, well, come on, Terry. He won't mind.
Well, wouldn't you if you were in his spot?
But I mean, I just poured my heart out to you. You know, that's not easy for a guy like me, and I'm really feeling vulnerable. Can't you take that into consideration?
I do, but can't you take another man's feelings into consideration? I mean, I'd have to disappoint Alex, and he doesn't deserve it. Try to understand.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't understand that kind of reasoning at all.
Hello? Hello? Who is this? This isn't funny. Stop it!
Lori, hang up.
Stop it!
Lori, hang up. Come on. Just relax. It's all right. It was just probably a wrong number.
Maybe you think so, but I don't. No, I know it's the person who stole my purse in the car. It had to be. It's the same person who was in here yesterday.
Lori, you have no proof of that, okay? Now just stop it.
Stop it? How can I? Somebody's after me, Marianne, just like the man who kept bothering my mother when Dad died.
All right. Look, the Lord is watching over you, okay? You have nothing to be afraid of.
Maybe Ben was right. Maybe I shouldn't have taken this job. Don't answer it.
Lori, come on, don't be silly.
Don't answer it,
No,
Marianne.
look, I can handle it, okay? Just a minute. Who is this?
Well, this is Ben Martin. Who's this?
Oh, Ben. Hi, this is Marianne.
Oh, well, hi. Is Lori there?
Sure, just a minute.
Ben, I'm so glad it's you.
Well, now that's the kind of reception I like to get when I go home.
Where are you? Aren't you supposed to be here by now?
No. Lori, is something wrong?
It's nothing.
Oh, Lori, wait a minute. I've got to run. Listen, I'll talk to you later, okay?
He's not coming home. Marianne, I don't want to be alone tonight. You've got to stay with me.
Oh, this is a surprise.
I guess I'll just have to keep doing it until I get it right. I'm glad you're still here.
Well, not for long, though.
Yeah. What can I say, Terry? I'm a jerk.
I guess that pretty much covers it.
You know, I'm too old to keep acting like this. Please forgive me. Again.
That seems to be my major pastime lately.
Well, that's because you do it so well. I had no reason to ask you to cancel out on Alex. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
When I was a child, why, I used to speak as a child and think as a child and reason as a child. When I grew to be a man, why, unfortunately, I didn't put away childish things.
Interesting translation.
You know, this is getting embarrassing at my age, acting like I did when I was in high school.
Well, just don't start to ask me to wear your varsity jacket.
No chance, the moths wiped it out. Oh, but by the way, Fonzie and the gang are going to be down at the drugstore tomorrow afternoon. You want to go?
Well, mercifully saved by the bell.
It was this evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. Jason is just
I was
here
just
to-
here on a little business of sorts.
Oh, sure. Well, maybe I can come back later.
Oh, no, nonsense, Alex. I was just leaving. Well, actually, I wasn't just leaving. I knew I was going to have to leave in a minute or two, and so I thought, never mind, I was just leaving. Hey, how about lunch tomorrow?
Well, lunch?
Yeah, I'll invite Fonzie and the gang.
Fine.
Call you then. See you later, Alex.
Right. You know, either I've lost my sense of timing, or he's got as much finesse as a bulldozer on a putting green.
Maybe that's why he's in construction.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, I gotta get my purse.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. And let's hope we've seen the last of Mr. Jason Prescott today.
Oh, what kind of a lady is this Eileen Radlin, anyway?
Good Lord doesn't make them any finer.
Yeah. Great neighborhood.
I think Miss Farley is familiar with it, though.
Yeah, I guess. I guess Miriam Mason is going to be familiar with it, too, isn't she? You know, won't Charles be surprised when he finds out that an ex-hooker's moving in with his daughter?
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who finds that amusing.
It'd all be even funnier if there wasn't a serious side to it.
What is that?
Well, you got to remember that the person who did this to Miss Farley is still at large. What she got was a warning that she plans to ignore.
Which means it won't be appreciated by whoever issued it in the first place.
You got it.
You know, I'll admit, I hadn't thought of that.
You see, a hooker that defies her pimp is putting herself in a very dangerous position.
Well, certainly the police will help.
That's what I thought, till I talked to him.
You mean they refused?
No, of course not. No, it's just that this Brubaker made it pretty clear what he felt about trying to protect a prostitute or an ex-prostitute in the worst part of town.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be that easy, but you can still
He said
do
that
it.
the precautions are mainly our responsibility.
Well, that sounds familiar enough.
How's that?
Personal matter. You know, it's bad enough Miss Farley's exposing herself to this kind of danger. But by staying with Mrs. Redlin and Miriam, she's also exposing them to the same threat.
Maybe we should have a rule that nobody could come to the wedding unless they're worth a certain amount.
What about family, Nancy?
Just think of all the gifts we'd get. Gosh, I must pick out the most expensive china pattern.
Nancy, what about family?
What about them?
Well, you can't just ignore them.
Why not? They're doing their best to ignore us, especially your daughter.
Now, Miriam's going to have a change of heart. There's no way in the world she's going to miss her own father's wedding.
Yeah, but Charles, I think that perhaps
Nancy,
if we...
no arguments. I would like to have her here. Now, what about your family?
Terry wouldn't be caught dead at my wedding.
Well, I think it would be very polite to ask her, though.
Why? And let Terry see me marry the city's richest, most handsome, most influential citizen? Oh, she'll be green with envy. It's irresistible.
Do you really believe all those things about me?
Well, of course, Charles. It's only the tip of the iceberg, you know. You're also witty, charming, sophisticated, and generous.
I try.
The only thing you need is a suntan.
Well, what I should do is go out to the park on my lunch hour more often.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of a honeymoon cruise.
Oh,
Just think, Charles, the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, all in one go.
in 6 weeks.
Well, you know, you haven't been on a vacation in over a year.
But that doesn't mean that we have to make up 3 years of vacation time in 1 year.
Yeah, but it's our honeymoon. It should be special.
Well, it will be. It will be. You know, this has been such a relaxing evening. Let's discuss this some other time. Oh. You'll be happy. I promise you.
All right. Well, where should we get married?
I don't know. Hadn't thought about it. City Hall?
Oh, Charles, it's so tacky.
Well, perhaps here.
Please.
Well, have you any suggestions?
Have to be a church somewhere. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. It's just that I don't see you in a church. It seems odd, to say the least.
Well, Charles, a wedding is the most important day of a girl's life. And the only place suitable for pictures is a church. And it has to be big and very pretty. What about St. What's his name? That big cathedral downtown.
But that isn't even your denomination.
Well, Charles, that doesn't matter. You just rent the place out anyway.
This is nice. Let me get the light.
Did you notice how that waiter couldn't keep his eyes off of you at dinner tonight?
Oh, you're imagining things.
Oh. How come it was that he kept filling up your glass every time you took a sip?
He was just being very attentive, that's all.
Oh, no. No, he was being a lot more than just an obsequious waiter.
I think you're reading into the situation.
But I don't blame him, though. Actually, he has very good taste.
Alex.
It's true.
Well, thank you, but I'm very embarrassed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Actually, I'm glad he did it, though. It just made me feel very fortunate being with you. Terry,
Alex, would you like a cup of coffee or something?
No, thank you. I've never been one who's been very open with his feelings, but I think you know that.
Well, if it's something that you're embarrassed to talk about...
No, it's not that. Well, maybe it is just a little. But it's important that I do it, so I hope you'll understand.
I'll try.
Knowing you, working with you has it's just been a real joy for me. Well, of course, everybody feels that way about you, though.
That's nice.
Well, it's true. Some of us, though, some of us have feelings that go far beyond just respect and admiration. It's funny how gradually those things can happen. You know, it just sort of creeps up on you, and then all of a sudden, well, you realize how much a person means to you. You don't ask for it to happen. It just does. All by itself.
That's the last time I let you talk me into anything. If I knew reorganizing your shelves would take that long, I never would have said yes.
That's the price of friendship.
It's too steep. Besides, you promised I never would have to move any more of your furniture.
I never said anything about the shelves. Besides, you got dinner in the bargain.
Yeah, true. But leftovers in the guise of a casserole. Now what?
Well, we could shampoo the carpet.
You have a lot of energy when you're nervous.
Mary Ann, I know you had other plans for tonight. Thanks for coming over.
It was my pleasure, really. But did Ben say when he might be back?
No, but it doesn't look good. If he doesn't come back soon, do you think you could spend the night?
Ah, sure. Why not? What's going on? Uh-oh. Must be the circuit. Where's your fuse box?
My what?
Your fuse box, silly.
I don't know. Where is it usually?
Oh, brother. Okay, where's your flashlight?
In the kitchen on top of the refrigerator.
All right.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That. Listen.
What is it?
I don't know, Mary Ann, but I'm scared. What if it's that same...
Oh, Lori, please don't say that.